that in 2025, some things are a continuation, but other things are a new start. Everything's not a new start. Some stuff was already started in 2024, and we're going to continue those things in 2025. Some areas there will be newness that you need to make a turn, make a shift, do all that. Some things will be new. But there's also areas where we're just going to continue what we were already doing. We're going to continue for the path we were already on. Mm-hmm. Yep. So, so that's 2025. Make sure that you have a good purpose plan, that you have something written down. I saw a graphic that says when you're holding water, the graphic was a person holding water in their hands. And the other piece of the graphic was a glass, and it had a bunch of water in the glass, and water was like dropping in. And the one with the hands showed that when you're thinking, you can hold it for a minute. You can hold a thought for a minute. But when you're writing, when you write things down, you can hold those thoughts for much longer. Can hold those thoughts for much longer. All right. So write some things down. That way you got something to refer back to when forget what you said. Because for me, I have lots of thoughts that come, and if I don't write them down, they come and then they go. Right. But if we write it down, then we can come back and refer back to what you said or what you thought and what you were thinking at the time. A really good time to write stuff down. This is not what again, this is not my message, but a really good time to write things down is first thing in the morning after you're waking up from, when you're in that space where you're not quite asleep, but you're not quite awake and your brain has started to wake up. This is when some good ideas and things, the Lord can get things through all the noise of your mind. So that may be a good time to write things down first thing in the morning, right? So that way you keep some things there. So what I did want to talk about this morning is the 2025 trading plan. The 2025 trading plan. We're looking at getting ready to start the small account growth accelerator, putting together strategies as to how we're going to double our money in about 6 to 8 weeks, and then 6 times that money in the first 6 months. And somebody may say, it's going to take 6 months. Yes, it is, and that's because we're doing it in a very safe and consistent manner. Yeah, you could do some other trades that would maybe grow your money faster, but just like they grow your money faster, you lose money faster, right? I don't know how many gamblers we got on the call. Hopefully, there's not too many gamblers, but um, when you gamble safely, quote unquote, safely, you may grow your money slowly and lose it slowly. But when you put like all in, or you put, something that's a little more high risk, the rewards are greater, but the losses are also greater. And what we're shooting for here is consistency and something we can scale up. It's one thing when you putting $100 in and you're like, well, if I lose this $100, then it's only $100. What if you're putting $1,000 or 10,000 or 100,000 into trading? You need whatever your strategy is to be a lot more dependable. You're not going all in with $10,000 and hoping. You're going in with $10,000 with a plan and a strategy. So, few things. We're going to look at cash secure puts. Cash secured puts. And we're going to look at some cash secured puts in some areas in some stock sectors where there is growth. Quantum computing sector, a little bit of the AI sector, right? Y'all know SoFi is my darling. SoFi is going to be in there, that fintech sector. We want something that's growing. Yeah, we love NVIDIA. We love Tesla, Apple. I think all of those are great as well. But if you don't have, if you're trading options as a buyer, you may be able to do that in some cases because some of those options are a little pricey. But I think he gassed on it just so he could be loud. Anyway, some we want some sectors that are showing good growth potential, and we can trade those as cash secure puts. Think about if you had this year, I mean, well, not this year, not because it's 2025, but in 2024, when SoFi went down to $5, what if you had bought shares of SoFi when it was hovering in the $4 and $5 range? SoFi is a $15 stock right now, right? Then it went up to the 20s. So if you had bought at five, you still in profit. When SoFi was going, people were like, SoFi ain't go. It, okay. And I had some shares at that range. And just like other people, I was like, I don't think it's going to recover. And I let them go based on all the things. Now I'm like, you should have kept your SoFi shares. I have shares now. Again, I have a position or two, but my cost basis ain't the same as it was. Think about SoundHound. When SoundHound was $4, SoundHound was $4 only maybe less than 6 months ago. SoundHound was $4, and now SoundHound is in the 20s. That's a 5x, 500% return on a $4 stock. Mm. So anyway, we're gonna look at a few of those, and some of those are long cash secure puts. So if we will sell puts, we'll collect premiums. If the price comes down and we get breached, then we'll collect the shares at a lower price than what it currently is. And that's what, and we'll grow positions that way. Okay, cash secure puts. Once we have these shares, we'll also sell covered calls against them. Good morning, DJ. Morning, Selena Hayward. Once we have our shares, our position of shares, at least 100 shares, we'll sell covered calls. And we'll make money on our shares and help our shares be virtually free as you let the market pay for your shares as you sell covered calls against them. Maybe they'll get called away once or twice, but many times if you select the right strikes, you'll keep your shares and keep the premiums and still have the money as the price rises. Yep. And the third thing we're going to do, it's kind of our bread and butter, but I really want to focus us more on cash secure puts. But either way, we're gonna use credit spreads to grow our money. I think it's getting windier out here. Sorry, y'all. We're gonna use credit spreads to grow our small accounts. Steady, steady. Okay, it is a good. What is a good amount to start covered calls and cash secure puts with? Well, it depends on which stock you're looking at. If you don't have a lot of money, then you have to pick stocks that are in your range. So let's say you only have $1,000, you've got to pick a stock that is less than a $10 stock because you're going to select a strike. I mean, if you pick a 10 strike, that's $1,000 of collateral right there. So what you're looking for in terms of returns is going to depend on where you go. If you only have $500, that means you got to pick a stock that's worth less than $5. And there are some good ones, but if you're getting a stock that's less than $5, you're also need to have a good long-term expectation for that stock's growth. You need to have studied it and know that it will grow or believe that it's going to grow from that $4 range. But if it's a stock that's $4 and it has good growth potential and good premiums, if the premiums are good, then one of them that comes to mind is BBAI. That comes to mind. I think QSI may be lower priced. BBAI, Big Bear AI is one. Decent little premiums, less than $5. But again, you need to have an idea and belief that it's going to grow, right? Um, so I would say it's of course going to depend on what kind of returns you're looking for. Because with a cash secure put, you're probably going to take in about 3 to 5% per week in premiums. So if use $1,000 for a cash secure put, you can look to pull in maybe $25 a week with that. And some people will feel like that's not a lot and not enough. So they'd rather use $1,000 on other things. And that's definitely a personal trading choice. I do like cash secure puts because they're very passive. Very passive. You turn on your trade, and then you let it do what it's gonna do. If it stays above your strike, then you keep the money and the premiums. If it goes below your strike, you get the shares. All right. And if you're definitely, if you're gonna trade cash secure puts, you need to trade them on a stock that you would not mind owning, because the chances of you owning it is there, right? You got the chance to own. So you definitely want to trade on something that you don't mind owning. Okay. The last thing I was saying was credit spreads. We're gonna use some credit spreads. We can use credit spreads on some of these same stocks we're mentioning. Um, the quantum computing, D-Wave, QSI, QBTS, QUBT, Rigetti, RGTI, of course, SoFi, SoundHound. These are the ones we're gonna rinse and repeat. We find something that you like and you rinse and repeat. You got a sector that you're interested in, you rinse and repeat. You find you a company, even if you like Google or Apple or Microsoft, you can trade these with credit spreads, take in pretty good premiums, and grow your money that way. That's our 2025 plan. Our plan is to find some stocks that we believe are growth stocks that are going to pay us good premium with high implied volatility, and we're going to trade them over and over every week. And the good thing is, this is the key here, we're going to trade them together. Together. We'll trade them together, because people get all off and wayward, and then before you know it, their money is going too many different ways, which is something else I want to talk about before I get off this call. Is if you decide you're going down a path, then stick with that path. Don't try to jump around and be all over the place, because when you're all over the place, you're dividing up your resources, you're dividing up your focus, and you're most likely going to be dividing up your profits. Okay, where some area might be winning, another area is losing. But if you stick with 1 to 2 strategies, you got a better chance because you're focused on only one thing. Because all of us got life going on. People aren't necessarily trading 100%. They still got jobs. You still got lives. You still got other stuff to do during the day. And you can't sit there watching charts. That's why when we operate as sellers, it's one of the reasons I really like selling, is that you don't have to watch those anywhere near as much. Yes, DJ say life be lifing. Exactly. We have lives. People have lives. Y'all know I'm a professor at the university, so I teach math. And when I'm looking, all them eyes staring back at me, I can't be worrying about what's happening on my chart while I'm trying to teach them how to do logarithms. I can't do it. I can't do it. So I have to have a trading strategy that allows me to make profits without having to watch it super close. And I think the wind is picking up. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. All right. So we do have the small account growth accelerator starting on Saturday. We're actually Saturday going to do our overall training, setting our setup and our groundwork and our criteria. What are we trading? How are we trading it? We're going to review all the strategies and all. This is all happening within the membership. If you want to join us in there, which hopefully you want to come join us. But if you want to join us, let me find the chat. I don't even see it. Oh, there we go. Post a comment. You need to go over to my website, educatortotrader.com. I'm going to give you a shortened link to get where you need to go. Ooh, the wind is picking up. I'll test my backwards walking skills while I try to, well, maybe let me stand still while I can type and don't end up getting run over by somebody who's coming on a bike. Okay. We're doing all of this within the membership. Okay. All of this is happening within the membership. So you're going to join us. Come on over there. Join the Small Account Growth Accelerator. Working on making sure we consistently grow our money. Start with either $500 or $1,000. Okay. Um, yeah.